All right, everyone, welcome back. So this is going to be a little bit of a meta video in a sense, right? So I'm reflecting on the videos that I've put out up until this point, basically, right? And I've been trying to put up cues. I've been I've been using my shitty phone just to get myself to do it because the Canon, that's like there's a lot of setup involved in that, and I gotta build habits before I do that. But using my phone, using the bad audio quality and things like that, the shitty thumbnails, I'm finally at a point where hopefully as of this, as of today, I will have 3 months of a queue ready to go. I guess I still got to make some Tiny Wins videos, but pretty much I'm almost there. So that's been kind of a journey for me. I've never done anything like this before. I've never queued videos before, much less, 3 months worth. And it is a very weird feeling for me. It's very weird to queue videos 3 months in advance. I never realized just how strange it is to put videos and then, like, let's say your mind changes like a month from making that video, and yet that video still has like 2 months before it releases. It's like I'm living in the future, right? Compared to what's being put out. So it's a weird feeling. But anyway, I did it, or I'm close to getting that done. And so I'm pretty proud of myself. But one thing I did want to do is reflect on like what this is teaching me about OP, right? And hopefully this could be of value to you. Especially given that I spoke to one person briefly on social media, and they kind of mentioned that, yeah, queuing videos up, for 2-3 months feels very consistent. And they were Savior OE, so they're like, I would never do something like that. It feels weird. And look, I can relate. I'm also Demon Blast. I can relate. So I'll just share with you what I guess this was like, and then what this has to do with OP, or maybe what you can take away from it if you're Demon Blast or Demon OI like me. So first and foremost, like, queuing videos up, like, one thing I realized very quickly is I had to let go of creating perfect videos. I had to let that go. I had to accept the L. Most of these videos aren't going to be watched. Most of these videos are going to be made fun of. Most of these videos I'm going to say things wrong, or I'm going to be awkward, or it's going to be poor quality, or some weird glitch is going to happen. I had to accept that pretty early on, right? Because, in the past, I would make these scripts and I would try and rehearse and make the video perfect. But that just led to, yes, it led to a better, aesthetically pleasing video, but it just led to me resenting the process, honestly. And, it discouraged me from wanting to make more videos, right? Now, I think long term, I need to return to that process because I do think that's an important skill set, more system to learn. But when first starting out, I think the biggest thing that I realized is that I had to you just got to put them out, right? And I think, so going to OP, I think this is very aligned with the definition of blast, right? Blast being defined in OP as sharing known information with others, learning via teaching, and then in several other places that I haven't included here. But they talk about how blast is also involved with producing drafts and being pragmatic as opposed to a perfectionist, right? Whereas consume is more of the perfectionistic type. And so for me, I had to let go of my perfectionism, right? So queuing up all these videos, I'm looking at them now and I'm like, I don't like, I'm not sure I'm looking forward to people seeing that one, or hearing my perspective on this one, right? But there's just kind of a humility of, hey, just put it out. And then also the humility of you're putting it out not because it's perfect, but because you need to learn what's wrong with it, basically, right? So you're putting out a draft so that it can be criticized, so that it can bother you, and so that you can improve the next time you put out a video, right? So that's kind of the first lesson, right? Let's say in Blast. I think the second lesson in Blast that I'm learning via queuing is, one thing that I decided early on, but that I guess I'm happy I decided on, was like, I can only pick topics that I know about, right? That I know really well, actually. Because trust me, like, so for 3 months of a queue, I mean, think about it. Like, if let's say there's 4 weeks in a month, so for 3 months, I have to queue up 12 videos per topic, right? And I've chosen at least 2 topics, right? OP and Tiny Wins. So all of a sudden, that's 24 videos that I need to queue up in advance, and maybe that sounds easy to you, but I mean, for me, that's a lot. That's a lot of videos. And so, and what ends up happening is, after the 4th or 5th video, if you're I tried it, try to make new videos every time, I run out of ideas, right? I run out of ideas, I get insecure. So it's like, I quickly had to start leaning on, okay, what do I know about, right? OP, I know pretty well. And Tiny Wins, Atomic Habits, I know pretty well. And all the videos became, in a sense, were me sharing like one tiny snippet of that known information, right? So I wasn't sharing everything, right? So for example, let me scroll down. So why OE irritates OI? That's like a tiny snippet of OP, right? What does it mean? Why is sleep associated with preserving energy? That's a tiny snippet of OP, right? You know, what does it, I think there's one called OI as pet projects, right? You know, and so, and so on and so forth, right? And so that's another aspect of Blast that I guess I'm realizing is that Blast is very contained and it's intentionally limited so that you don't run out of things to say, basically. Especially if you're trying to queue up 3 months, you have to focus on one tiny piece of your known information at a time, just so that it can last the whole time, right? And so that's kind of the second big thing that I learned about Blast through this queuing process. And then I guess I would say finally, and this might be more a combination of sleep and Blast, I guess, is that, you know, it's weird because once I would put out the videos, every time, pretty much almost every time, once a video would premiere or once a video would come out, I would compulsively rewatch it. Like I had to see how it looked. I would feel like, oh man, how did I sound? Did I say it the right way? Did I understand it fully, right? And so I don't know what to say necessarily about that, but like, I guess it's almost like the more you put out your own point of view, the more you feel, or let me speak for myself. The more I put out videos of myself, the more I feel like responsible to go over it again, right? Because let's say I said something wrong, you know, maybe that means I need to put out another video and correct myself, right? And, you know, I think one of the hidden advantages of that, or maybe not hidden, but like one of the advantages I didn't expect initially, let's say, is that as I went through that, let's say, self-conscious process of checking the information again and again that I put out, it led me to deepen my understanding of myself, and it led me to have a deeper understanding of what I was even saying. So the sleep processing was happening like unintentionally almost because of that compulsion. And I'm very grateful for that, I guess. And so I guess I'm encouraging everyone who is Demon Blast, Demon Sleep, but especially Demon Blast, just start putting out content, right? Whether it doesn't have to be videos, it does not have to be videos, right? It could be, you know, a text that you send to your friend trying to explain something. It could be, you know, an article. It could be something on WordPress. It could be a whole host of things, right? You guys have, hopefully you guys have enough OE to figure out, you know, some options for yourself. But Blast is valuable. I mean, especially now that I'm finishing up this queue, I'm grateful that I put these videos out. They're not perfect. They're pretty messy actually, but without putting them out, I would not have deepened my understanding of OP or Tiny Wins to the degree that I have. And furthermore, I would honestly feel regret, right? Because let's say there's some things like, you know, for example, the Batman series, which I really enjoy, I would regret not putting that out. Like I would be kind of sad if I kept that inside, right? And so I don't want you guys to feel that way either. So for anyone who's Demon Blast especially, just put stuff out. Like it's gonna feel awkward, it's gonna feel weird, you're gonna like, but just do it, right? You gotta trust it, and then you will experience that deepening of your understanding as you teach, right? So that's about it. Hope you guys are doing well. I am going to continue making the last few cues. I think I just need to make a few for Tiny Wins, honestly, and then that'll be it, you know, at least for now. So let me hopefully knock this out. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys, I guess, in the next queued video. Take care.